Welcome to LCK 2020 Spring Split Match 16 Game Number 1, Griffin versus APK. So what's your thought on the draft? Three powerful champions set Aphelios and Kali. When those three champs are banned out, the teams has to choose which team they prefer, which pick is the most valuable pick in the current meta. So Griffin took Orin in B1, and they had a very comfort pick overall. Especially, they had a comp that could play around Viper's Senna. On the other hand, APK, well, they had to go with the fighters, the champions that really prefers open fight a lot. Ornn, Senna, or the champions that can go with very stable game. However, they went with Olaf, which really wants to open fight in the early and mid game as well. So they had to pick up a lot of points in the early phase of the game. However, it did not go that well. So the first stats coming out from Olaf was the point where APK lost their control. Well, it was not a bad decision since they got all the vision cover around the river in the bot side, and also Olaf was ahead in level. So it was actually very natural for Olaf to go in. However, Lucian was a really good counter pick going into Kiana since he had a very good lane priority. Yuka was much faster going for that backup, and Olaf had to die in that 2v1 fight. So they had a very big obstacle in the beginning of the game. So it was not a bad decision on the side of Olaf. However, the key point was that Yukal had exhaust for his summoners, and that difference actually ended up Gragas surviving and Olaf biting the dust. Griffin, they looked very solid as a team overall. After that loss, they were actually suffering from very limited vision. And Iroh made a very good decision, actually walking around the rift. And they were waiting Lucian to push lane. And then they all grouped up as 4 members. This is kind of proof showing that Griffin is moving as one team. League of Legends, you always have to trade turns, and APK players used their turn waiting in the tri-bush, but Iroh was really smart moving around the wall, and they had extra time after APK players failed their bait play. Well, we can say this was kind of another byproduct of strong laning phase of Lucian. But they missed their one shot, and after that, Griffin was able to snowball on those kind of strong laning phase. So Griffin improved a lot. So let's check out who is the POG of this game. Viper picked up a POG, and also this is the first Senna victory in LCK. It's really popular champion pick in foreign leagues in other regions, but LCK is really just overlooking Senna. However, Viper and Griffin is the only one in the team that prefers Senna. So Senna does have some of the weakness, very slow paced. You have to wait for the very late game. So if you get smashed in the early game, it's really hard to turn the game around. However, well, today we had some blunders from Olaf, and Viper was also really on point, controlling that champion. So Griffin went with a very smart comp. Overall, it was really well balanced. So they also had Lucian to add more power in the laning phase, and also they had Tom and also Ornn to open team fights. So overall, their composition was so balanced. So Viper picked up 7 votes out of 12 people. Well, and before going to the interview, actually Viper said Senna is a really good champion, and today was the day Viper could prove that on stage. And let's move on to the game number 2.
Well, there you have it. Whoever does the most damage ends up as your player of the game, as did Senna in that one. We are going to be moving on to game number 2 here between Griffin and APK. Very, very long one in that first one, which did kind of play towards Griffin's comp strengths. Viper saying, I wish I didn't have to wait that long for Senna to get that strong. Hybrid, as we saw in that last game, he had a bit of trouble on the MF. You were talking about ranges in the draft and how, you know, bullet time, it gives her the range in some team fights if, you know, your allies can open it and stuff like that. But there were actually a lot of fights that were very broken up and where she was just being bullied by both Lucian and Senna especially. Yeah, they were just so disjointed, and it made it very difficult for what they were trying to achieve. Okay, here we go. Draft number 2 between APK and Griffin. Lucian, they've had enough of the UCal Lucian. And they will take that one away. Kali getting banned away by Griffin as well. Yeah, Kali, still surprising. I mean, she's 0-2. But still gets banned all the time. People just do not want to play against that, regardless of whatever team you're going up against. They're not even holding it for 3rd ban, as you were saying it, saying, hey, maybe we won't ban Akali. And perhaps forcing the blue side to use a ban. Both Senna and Lucian are tagged here as the problems for APK from game number 1. And we'll see what Griffin wants to ban away here. Are they going to just ban Set and things of that nature, as Rumble does bite the dust? Yeah, the bans for Griffin on blue were Pantheon, Soraka, Rumble. So already 2 of those, or at least one of those, will not be able to come through from their side. Set being banned away by APK. We'll see what's kind of a first pick APK is going to go with. I imagine Griffin will ban Aphelios. And they are... Ooh, okay. The respect for Soraka. I know you're loving it, as Aphelios will be the first pick. Just auto locks there from APK. No thinking about that one. And Ornn once again going to be hovered by Griffin. Arguably the best top lane champion in the game right now. Yeah, I mean, it's like Ornn Set. You see a lot of these teams play Aatrox. I don't know if he counts as top 3, though, in your mind. Well, maybe in top 3 played, but... Let's talk about top 3 AD carries. MF and Aphelios are definitely involved in that, so... Griffin going to be picking those 2 up. So we'll see what APK responds with. Maybe they just do Braum X here because, you know, Ornn's on the enemy team. So, of course, you gotta pick up that champion that answers it in a vacuum. So let's see if that's what's gonna end up happening here. As Kaney saying something. Oh, saying Kiana. Yeah. Saying, I want to sin. Yeah. You know what? I mean, Griffin is about to tell him that he needs to repent. at the end who's it going to be? Preacher Karthus? Now, will they just take the jungler here? And I'm a very big fan of jungler R3, Orianna, Victor, etc. R4, and then counterpick support if you're going to go a mage. But Griffin end up taking Olaf. And so Olaf,
he is able to build Abyssal Mask, or he's able to build the Black Cleaver as a ornament. And so, does have a little bit more value in the later stages. Pantheon now going to be banned away by Griffin. But I think that if APK was really insistent on getting the Elise Pantheon, I think they would have already done it. Qiyana probably wouldn't be a thing that they would consider even banning away when they have the would have the Olaf and the Ornn already locked in. And so it is very peculiar to see that Braum now banned away.
They were sad with Sword's ults being denied, so they take that one off the board.
And maybe we'll have Syndra banned away by APK. Now, Ornn is able to actually go mid against Qiyana. I just think that it is probably highly unlikely to have that happen. Now, Griffin might just Nautilus R4 here, and if he does, if they do, if Viper locks it in, I will cry. But I do think that Orianna is completely fine here, as is Victor, Zoe, etc. There's the Zoe. He's going to end up getting locked in. So now if APK, if they respond with Nautilus, if they respond Tom Kench or something of the sorts, although Tom Kench is extremely off theme with the Qiyana and the Elise. There's the Nautilus.
Yeah. Big buy in Nautilus.
Now this is where Griffin can respond with a mage support and have a lot of late game scaling power.
Best they can do is Rakan. Did I just destroy your hopes and dreams?
I'm seeing I'm seeing the Tom Kench. I'm seeing the feathers of Rakan. I'm seeing the Leoner.
Leoner?
I'm seeing everything flash before my eyes right now. Definitely doesn't have to do with the lights. As Alawi is picked up here.
Yeah, Alawi is picked up. And, yeah, Leoner might be coming in here for good old K-Kona LS. And it will be locked in.
All right, well.
Okay.
So Leona is going to be locked in there. I was being sarcastic when I was, you know.
What, you didn't want to see Leona? What?
All right.
I thought it was your favorite champion. What if Leona, well...
Hybrid looks in good spirits. Sword up there on the Ornn yet again. Cleanse being taken.
Leona, so she has a ranged ability that uses the power of the sun. Doesn't that kind of make her mage?
No, it makes her a scientist.
What?
See?
Is that where the solar flare comes from?
I think so. I think that she harnesses it.
That would make her a god.
No, with machinery.
What?
She's from the future. You shut up, Valdez.
Maybe.
Alawi, Elise, Qiyana, Aphelios, and Nautilus. Gonna be the team composition here. And there's quite a lot of Sinners, but also some Scalers on this team composition. And Alawi and her husband, Nautilus, coming from the depths.
Ooh.
Yeah, you want to talk about Lucian and Senna, but this is where the real canon is. As Leona, MF, Zoe, Olaf, and Ornn. Gonna be the team composition for Griffin. Definitely a lot less secure than game number 1. And so this might get dicey for Griffin, especially if they blunder team fights like they were sort of doing at some points in game 1.
Well, I feel like in any League of Legends game, there will be blunders, there will be highlight plays. I don't know where I'm going with this. We did see a bit of both in game number 1. I guess that's where I was going. So, Griffin, they've proven that they can at least outscale and outdraft and outplay APK in one game. But we play best of 3s here. So, can they do it again? Can they be consistent? Can Sword show a bit better positioning on the Ornn? It's another question we have to ask of Sword, as it's definitely something we pointed out a lot in game number 1. Will George be returning for game 2? I did not, well, not returning. He was not there in game 1, but I didn't get any info on whether or not he was being subbed in.
Well, we're going to find out, I think, real soon.
Everybody takes Nimbus Cloak nowadays.
Yeah, Nimbus Cloak is broken.
It's
It's
insane.
basically Storm. Hold on here. Hold on. Give me a second.
You had it in the first series.
I did. Storm Raiders
Yeah,
Surge.
there you go.
I got it right.
Yeah, you got it.
What do I get? What's my reward?
Well, you get 4 Nimbus Cloaks in the game.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah, it's for everybody.
Wait, you said? Oh yes, there is 4.
Yeah, anybody who went Sorcery Tree at all has it.
Really good rune. I actually think that it can mix up the jungle meta. I think that that is being extremely underlooked as a rune for certain junglers that used to operate with Storm Raiders in the past.
How about Trundle? I feel like that would make his trading at level 6 even better. You can close the distance, although you can generally do that with the pillar anyway.
Listen.
Cal feeling pretty good. Secret Knot, though, in the bottom. Tarzan, for now we'll call him Tarzan, has been spotted, though. They do know that he should be down here on this side because Elise is up near his red. They might actually look for a dive now, as this ward is going to be cleared out. Zoe is rotating on down. This is a bit early. They could try to do it with the redemption. Will be mostly dodged. Iroh gonna get the aggro. As Tarzan goes in, Iroh is gonna go down, and so will Tarzan. A 2-for-1. Going to APK. They're trying to get one more. Flash on in for the heal as Hybrid gets low. They can't quite kill him.
What is going on, man?
Going way too deep. Eats that turret shot. Hybrid thinking about even chasing. Kaney's not going to be able to do that, just recalls. That's not the dive they were looking for there, LS.
So, we're going to see that again. And
Do we have to?
there was... Oh no, get ready. The Twitch stream is about to crash. TOS incoming here as Iroh initially tanks up the turret, loses the aftershock. And doesn't have the resistance for that next turret shot. Tarzan goes down. Ucal misses the bubble trouble, goes in, starts hitting Hybrid, and then Viper, who has more HP, doesn't start the tanking.
나 이제 아래 무빙 가능하거든?
바데이 다이버 나이스 조이 도펄
나 가다까지 기다려봐.
Zoe no
야
flash.
이거야 우리가 냈어
패스.
Oh, we did it. We won this.
노예
We're talking about Zoe. And
Okay.
this game is...
We're off to a good start. Yeah, lots of action. That's what we want to see.
Well, APK are in a fantastic spot now in this game number 1. Nautilus has mobility boots.
Yeah, picked him
Super
up
early. Yeah, so he's going to be able to roam to mid lane a lot and get insane amounts of value. Now, one of the things that I am a little bit perplexed by is Kaney has a Doran's Blade as well as a Corrupting Potion against Zoe. I'm not really sure what is going on there. As
Intense sustain.
yeah, Ucal just trying to farm up. And Griffin, they are behind right now, but it's not the end of the world. And it looks like Tarzan, George seems maybe subbed in this game.
Yeah,
We're not totally
I think
sure
he
yet.
may have. Based on what we saw, I think there's a decent chance. Flawless made his way down here, ended up scanning again, so no vision, any of those side brushes for Griffin.
Well,
What are you
Griffin?
thinking, Cloud Soul this game?
that's the cherry on top. It really is.
All right.
Infernal Drake gonna go the way of APK. Nice little boost early on.
Ocean next.
You know that we're rolling it.
We're getting cloud
We
again.
are absolutely getting clouded.
It's,
It really feels like that has been the most popular soul. I'd actually really like to see a stat on that in terms of what is the highest soul in LCK. As Griffin, they seem locked in this 1,000 gold deficit. All a byproduct of the early game.
Minion Dematerializer making its return here to the mid lane.
And now, Sword. Just going pretty even up there in top lane. He's doing the same build again, so I'm not really so sure. He's building the Catalyst, has armor.
Same matchup. Ooh, nice response flash out of Viper. Not sure if he's gonna respond though, as it is Elise. To get up in the sky. Secret though is gonna get low enough. And in fact, Viper will take him down.
And I believe he got a shutdown on that as well. And so even though he's gonna end up missing out on the wave, it's still gonna be pretty valuable. Irove now gotta be a little careful, as does Tarzan. Kaney looking for some action. You can see he's on the hunt, he's on the prowl. As Leona just trying to help Tarzan get the CS underneath the turret. Zoe, Sork penetration boots. First item. Gonna want to use these boots to try to sustain into the blue buff.
Secret's been doing a decent amount of roaming so far. You see he's down a level on Irove. Take another look here at the replay in the bottom side. Viper, great response time.
Manages to get out of the way, and then Secret.
He doesn't heal, by the way. He had heal. He still does. Maybe he just said, well, I mean, I'm going to die to Ignite and one more auto from Elise. And maybe he didn't expect it to be so close.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
So he just decided, hey, I'm gonna save it this time.
Secret is actually behind an XP right
Yeah,
now.
he's
And
been roaming
obviously,
so much.
Irove and Tarzan getting that CS as well. Yeah, definitely is one of the things that's going on. The gold gap has lessened now to about 700. And Ocean Drake coming up in 2 minutes. Looks like APK initiating a lane swap. Now, I've talked about this many times on broadcast. Right now, you look at bot lane, they're losing one wave, they're about to lose two. So the two waves that they're about to end up losing, that is negating the Herald gold claimed and more. And then if they lose even more minions in top and bottom, which is about to happen again, might end up negating the turret plate gold altogether. So even though you get a tempo swing in one lane, you lose it in another. And then the question ends up becoming, how valuable is it? They're losing more minions right now, as Alawi is going to be able to come down here and pick out some of them. So they got themselves the Rift Herald, but now they're in a lane swap that is occurring at such a peculiar time, because if you're Griffin, you're the ones that want to be in bot lane right now because of the upcoming Ocean Drake. And also, let's say that right now Elise comes up and summons the Rift Herald at top tier 1. You should think to yourself, this is great. We're going to lose top tier 1 turret. This is going to be fantastic. It's way too early in the game for lane, the map to be opened up. And then all the waves are just going to keep coming into the tier 2 top turret. And this is really bizarre that they would want to do this in the Alawi lane.
Oh, he flashed into it, and that means with the exhaust coming down, we got a 3-on-3. Viper following up. Irove has that stopwatch. That will save him just barely as the Leona ultimate comes in. A double kill now going over to Tarzan, as Griffin are able to follow up really nicely on that play on the top side.
It almost puts them back to even in terms of gold. Sword now teleporting down here into bottom, picking up. Oh! What? That Alawi wasn't in...
Yeah, I guess not.
That's really strange. I really thought...
Right on the edge.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, ends up taking the one turret shot. She would have anyway. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Bramble Vest, first item for Ornn. He came down to the lane just to apparently immediately recall. As we take a look at this, Tarzan coming in here,
상관없어.
It's like
괜찮아, 일단.
Triumph
뚫어줘.
Conqueror.
Yeah.
There's a lot of health. Getting that back.
Ocean Drake is live. UCal, gotta be a little careful here. He has the flash available.
Secret still level 5.
And now-
Irov is level 6 at the top lane fight.
Yes. So Irov is probably very far ahead in terms of XP. UCal is also up a level. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Hybrid in mid lane. Lost sight, by the way. So
They look similar.
yeah.
Kiana and Aphelios.
So right now, Griffin, they're giving up the Ocean Dragon, and they're getting gold in side lanes and XP that the opponents aren't getting. The gold deficit has all but... Oh, no. If that Drake resets, that is a field... No, Tarzan.
Oh no, not
George,
able to get
George.
it there. George returns. Oh boy, well, trying to get in there and redeem himself. Nice Kiana ultimate is gonna save them some time. Ixu thinking about coming in from the right flank here. Wants to put down some damage at least. They're looking to turn a little bit, but not quite able to as Tarzan gets a little bit low there.
Really close call right there. There was definitely a universe where Griffin not only steals the dragon away from APK there, but also manages to pick up some kills. It's not this one, though.
Wow,
As
they
Ornn
really
ultimate-
want to kill Hybrid. Ooh.
Oh, but Zoe!
Yeah, the bubble lands here. Secret trying to
Secret's gonna
sacrifice
die.
himself, rather. Himself.
Oh,
Snuck a Lel in there. Oh! Nice, UCal. From downtown. Able to pick that one up.
UCal, you can. I don't know. I really did not think that could reach there.
We'll have to see the replay as to how he actually managed it.
And Ixu down there in bottom, still just trying to push now. He's looking for sword right now. He knows that he's coming. How did he...
What?
Wait.
That was weird. That was
Yeah, I don't...
weird interaction.
Yeah,
I'm not
That
sure.
was definitely something. That was... Oh, he... What? He could have locked him up for 2 turret shots at least.
He really wanted to make Bomby Cinder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a busy man.
Yeah,
You know.
Ornn's got things to do.
Yeah, he's build a bear
He's
right now.
blacksmith primary, fighter secondary.
Oh.
More of a pacifist.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he's blacksmith.
Okay.
Hey, he picked up fighting because Summoner's Rift needed him.
Okay.
Yeah, he got drafted. It's a really sad story.
Okay.
Yeah. Caney having a little bit of alone time with that turret. APK hanging around here. We never really got to see the replay, huh? Okay, well, there we go.
We're going to take a look at it. Ram just narrowly misses against Hybrid. The bubble comes in Secret. Trying to
UCal.
save him. And then take a look at this. Battlestar.
Well, I mean, it's a
That
little bit
was,
hard to see.
honestly, come on.
초시계. 어, 나이스.
나이스.
Especially, I think the stopwatch?
Yeah. And,
But Secret didn't even use it.
yeah.
So Viper was calling for him saying, oh, he's probably got it.
Yeah.
but He didn't even use it. I guess he didn't expect it either.
And so there you're seeing the turret plate gold, 600 versus 120. But remember, the amount of gold that was left into the lanes, as well as the XP. As Griffin, they're in the lead right now. And yeah, it is a Cloud Soul again, man. What is going on?
Someone has those stats, so we'd be very curious to see them. This time he went for the E, but Ixu got really angry. Is he in range? So close. He's got to dodge this. What?
What? How do you die to that?
Oh, no.
Oh.
George's friend's sword.
Irov looks so disappointed in this player cam. Like, oh man, it's like walking into a Heimerdinger turret or something.
I know. Can we get the replay of that too? Get a slow-mo.
I guess so.
Yes.
Ask and you shall receive. As Ornn is trying to run here. And then watch this. Now, he can just keep running up. I don't know why he's running down.
He got hit by the one that was at the turret.
Yeah, the one that was at the turret, but why don't you just keep running up?
Maybe he got minion blocked.
Are you? All right.
I'm just, you know.
Yeah, you're just
trying
joshing.
to spare the blushes of our good friend Sword. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't always get the best
His
praise.
purpose in this game right now is to build ornaments.
Oh,
That is exactly.
he'll be doing it. Don't worry.
Now watch, ready? Tarzan, he's gonna run in a straight line. Ready? Here
No
we go.
minions.
Straight line. Straight line. Great.
Or he just got a little bit confused by the minions, so he turned around. He wasn't sure if they were his or the enemies.
So right now, Griffin a little bit slow for this Cloud Drake, which means that APK probably going to be the ones that end up picking it up. And in terms of itemization, they're still waiting on core item completions on several of their champions. It looks like Oblivion Orb on Zoe will be the item that eventually comes in. Black Cleaver for the Olaf, and Ornn still has yet to get an ornament of any kind.
Not yet. He's working on it. He's got his many items. Secret going in there. He does have the Aftershock to help him out, but he's going to be assassinated from behind there. And now we have MF stuck back there, and even Ixu's going to pick up another kill with his tentacle from downtown. APK get 3 in the mid lane as Griffin are pushing into that mid turret.
Yeah, and this is, oh, Kenny gonna end up stopping the teleport from Ornn. And so we'll see what ends up happening as this game continues to transpire. It's gonna be a 2,000 gold advantage right now for APK with 3 dragons. And again, waiting on Ornn to hit level 13, start giving his teammates items. And Griffin, really, they're too pushed up here. The angle is also awful. UCal doesn't quite have flash available in this fight. Ornn was pushing top lane. There's no reason to be sieging this mid-tier 1 in the manner that they were. So APK, very quick to collapse on them. And so actually a little bit less than a 2,000 gold advantage right now. Sword still does not have Sunfire Cape.
He's working on it.
Eye Edge almost completed on Viper, as I still am assuming that it's Oblivion Orb for the Zoe. Black Cleaver going to be the purchase for Tarzan on this Olaf, who he has 3 kills, but going to end up being a non-factor the longer that this game ends up going. Ornn obviously just waiting a while, so now we're going to get into the ping pong state, but Cloud Soul is coming up soon.
Yeah, that is a question. How hard are Griffin going to fight for that? I doubt they'll give it away for free. Tarzan and Irobe looking to secure some space in their own jungle. Flawless is going to have to repel, but he's going to come right down on top of them. Down he goes, but a big ultimate from Kiana.
So
gets UCal in the back and Ixu in a big position to zone them all out, but he's going to be burst down by Viper. Wasn't quite able to get onto the carries with that maneuver with the TP. And now Sword is here with full health. Doesn't have his ultimate anymore.
This is a really big timing. This is a huge swing. Baron. Kaney is going to be so hard. Here comes UCal. He is very healthy. Well, he was. He had about 600.
Picks up a couple of flashes.
I don't know why he's standing behind Baron.
Yeah, you don't want to stand
Baron
there.
Deals more damage when... Oh, okay. Yeah, just pick that up while you're at it. Sure. Sure. Anything else you have for Zoe?
He's looking for more. There's definitely more in that jungle.
Zoe's like the... did you ever see the... All right, well, I'll tell you after the story. Or the replay, what?
It is a story,
yeah.
Swords.
Flawless just getting completely caught out. Kiana ultimate not finding as much value. UCal got the red smite against Ixu there.
Yeah.
Which is so clutch.
Huge.
And then Hybrid getting hit by that Ornn ultimate from downtown. Secret flashing over the wall, only later to be gifted to Zoe as she picked that up. She's like the thing from Harry Potter, the mythical beast. You know, the little platypus-looking thing, and its stomach just seems to have like an entire universe inside of it. Yeah. That's exactly what Zoe is.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, she is how many years old?
Over 1,000.
Like,
right?
yeah. It makes sense.
You know that she's
very
one of
magical being.
the top 4 strongest characters in LoL. Do you know who the other 3 are, Valdez?
Anivia,
No.
Polar Bear.
Incorrect.
What do you mean? They're the gods.
Doesn't make them strongest. What?
Yeah,
It's
I think
Aurelian
it
Soul,
does.
Bard.
Yeah, and Aurelian Soul.
No, Aurelian Soul, Bard, Kindred, Zoe.
I don't know what lore you're reading.
Okay, Valdez, you're gonna need to brush up on your.
Maybe I read the old lore and you read the new lore. That's possible, actually.
Listen, Valdez.
you got anything to say
yeah,
about
no,
that?
you know what? I personally don't. As Molten Edge was upgraded, oh, secret.
He's got a stone plate, but he's not really able to engage and use it too well. Ixu gets a bit of chip damage back on the
All right,
Tarzan.
hold on. Tarzan. That's not a straight line. Don't try to wiggle against it. You can end up beating yourself up. Okay, Sword gonna take out the tentacle.
Flawless
And-
has vision.
Flawless looks like he wants to go in here without flash.
He has the blasting plant.
Dragon was not having
Yeah.
it. That was not a
shaking
roof.
his head. And, well, Flawless,
Okay.
and he's going to get burst down here. Now it's a 5-on-4. Katie being zoned out again by Tarzan.
Oh,
Big
Alawi!
knock-up, though. Oh, that was huge by the Nautilus ultimate, and Alawi getting in there. But just giant burst damage out of Zoe, and MF is enough to take her down. Just like that. Katie, though, full health here, still has supreme display of talent.
Yeah.
Just
And you
looking
can see
for his
Oren
angle.
trying to wait. He's looking for an angle on E. He wants to body slam
Yeah.
Kaney right where he cast that Orin pillar. It looks like he's building another item. Is that going to be Luden's? No, it's going to be Obsidian Cleaver. Definitely a nice purchase right here. As, take a look at this again. Ram goes on to Flawless. He gets locked up. And Secret chaining onto Irobe. Now everyone funneled into the pit. And this was really insane that they made that decision. They flash away saying, wait a minute.
Health.
Yeah, they
Watch
noped right
this.
out of that. As he just got completely pulverized there
Yeah.
by Misfortune.
It's, well, you know, it's 2 high damage carries just free hitting you.
Yeah.
So even Alawi's going to die. Doesn't matter if she had Death's Dance or what. Not the, not the most tanky with the items that she has chose. Not going full tank or anything like that. And now this game is in an interesting spot. Griffin have returned to the lead in terms of gold. The gold graph kind of looks like a heartbeat as it's going back and forth. And no Dragon Soul as well. So that was denied from APK.
Yeah, and that bought Griffin a lot of time to keep scaling up, keep getting more Ornn items, more base levels, which is exactly what they need right now. It's just more and more time to keep getting bigger. As Ixu gonna end up missing his Test of Spirit.
What a play by Sword.
Yeah. Truly magnificent.
Guy's a god.
Oh, they might just see him.
And he's looking for, misses it.
Like this isn't real.
Okay, they're going on in onto this one. They get the knock up. There it is. And Viper should have enough. As Sword gets extremely low, but it was well baited with the maneuvers used there by our lovable Ornn player. Once again, another pickoff here onto that Alawi. Griffin just looking to push down mid. Teleport available for Sword. No big objectives available right now, so Griffin struggling for what to do.
Right now, all they have to do is sort of wait. Sword's about to hit 15. Once he dings 15, it'll be a Luden's Echo upgrade for Zoe.
What's the Luden's Echo upgrade name? Oh, you got a slow here on the Irobe. And TP coming on in. Immediately APK are turning tail. Ixu looking to turn onto Sword here. He's in a bit of trouble, but Kaney from behind is going to try to burst him down. Not quite able to as the stopwatch comes in on a Viper, but he will die straight after as Ixu just turning straight onto Sword was the key there. APK, it looked like they were running away, but just turning onto the one member that was TPing was enough to just have them fight back to front, as well as, you know, the MF being assassinated from behind, basically, eventually, as now Baron's back up, and APK are going to start it up here.
Yeah, APK are starting it up. Luden's Pulse, by the way.
Oh,
the answer,
oh,
yeah.
you figured it out?
Oh, no,
Had
I was just waiting for you to be ready to receive the answer,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, you know,
You're being a polite analyst.
I mean, you know.
Sword's going to get grabbed here and die.
Yeah, I actually have no idea what he was doing right there.
I think Nautilus was in the brush.
And
okay.
Aphelios!
That's the coolest ninja I've ever seen.
Throwing a boatload of shurikens. Tarzan probably going to go in for a steal here. He might even think that this is do or die.
Will he flash is the question. Getting close. They're going in together. The MF ult and MF gets in from behind as all three of them are going to die. Oh, never mind. Viper is just a truck right now, running over everybody on APK.
APK, they lose the Baron, and now with that, the respawn timer, Sword is almost back up. Tarzan and Irobe will be alive for the next Cloud Dragon. This is going to mean yet another ornament is going to be purchased, and just more and more time being bought for Griffin. As Irobe, really good ultimate onto Ixu. Why is Sword in the back line?
Well, he TP'd there.
Yeah,
onto the ward.
Ended up TPing in on the ward.
It was a little bit too deep.
Misfortune ends up dying. And then here, Irobe and Tarzan going in. And the smites.
12.
12. So, close call.
12, by the way.
Well, yeah.
Oh, another engage here. That's Viper, by the way. He's going to have his GA, the knockup, trying to save him, but Ixu says no. Irobe is going to go down too. Make that a double. Can it be more? Doesn't look like more kills, but there will be a kill here onto the Dragon and Dragon Soul. Cloud Dragon Soul being picked up now by APK. We've had 31 kills in 29 minutes, and the action just never ends.
And we take a look at how this all transpires now. This is really bad. Viper loses his Guardianing. And so the whole approach coming into this Cloud Dragon, definitely a little sloppy.
And they're going to use the death timers to just push in, take an inhibitor, back away. Oh, Kaney is going to get found here in the jungle. Tarzan really wanted to take him out there. One more axe, so close. Oh man. Kaney is going to get away. Just a sliver of light there. Couple of skill shots going wide. Now, you know, Kiana chunks, but again, there's nothing on the map for Griffin to take.
And MF, I have to wonder how close she is to the Bloodthirster, which is going to be actually a pretty big item in just surviving the burst from the opponent when you have that shield to start off the fight. As Viper just trying to come in here, wave clear it up. Losing mid inhibitor, not necessarily the end of the game. Total damage out the allow. I mean, she's doing some stuff.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for APK, their Dragon control this game ended up being rewarded with a Cloud Soul, which it's not the worst thing in the world. It's obviously still an advantage, it's still a benefit. Not quite as good as a Mountain, Ocean, or Infernal. And the other sad thing about this is it does look like Griffin, UCal is very close to Rabadon's Death Cap. Now remember, he can sell his Dark Seal as well. So he was only about 3 minutes away from it. Initially. 3-4. And he's going to be really close to it, but obviously Viper is really close to an item completion as well. So where are they going to allocate the gold? It looks like Viper is going to say, okay, you get top lane to UCal. I think that they are valuing that death cap a lot more than maybe the Bloodthirster right now as Viper goes into mid. And remember, this mid inhibitor constantly keeps eating away at the minions that are being spawned in mid. And so this is a net gain for Griffin.
In gold.
In gold, but APK does get this wave as Viper a little bit too quick to eat that wave as, okay, Ixu gets eaten. They can't just take a fight into Alawi. They did pop for Sterix.
Oh boy. Looks like Leona's gonna get popped up. They're all fighting in the one corner!
Oh, Alawi went down!
And Viper does enough damage, but he's not able to flash away from the supreme display of talent. Solar Flare goes wide. Zoe, they're still poking from beyond, but Hybrid fighting front to back is able to take down Irove. And at the end of the day, it looks like a 2-for-1. Or, no, a 1-for-1 only, actually. Ixu for the support at the end of it all.
Well, at the end of it all, the only people that are going to have Flash available for this next fight is, Griffin's going to have 3 and APK will have 2. So they get the Sterix and then Irove ends up getting picked up, but the Ornn ultimate didn't actually focus for Alawi.
Oh.
And then take a look at this. Viper, he could have flashed better to the southwest in order to avoid the supreme display of talent from the Qiyana, and now getting to this stage of the game, this is when it really starts to get scary. Alawi doesn't have a Guardian Angel, fortunately, and you have to imagine that UCal about to get that death cap. Also got 1 extra stack on Darkseal in that fight. It's not much, but it's honest work.
Yeah. Slowly chipping away day by day.
And Guardian Angel, I think, is going to be up on Misfortune for the next fight. So
yeah, should be.
This is going to be really, really big. And I'm so surprised, actually, that Sword doesn't have Locket of the Iron Solari, given all of his bonus HP. And the fact that APK wombos with the Alawi and the Qiyana, just having that shield for everyone is so much better than getting these really bizarre items that so many Ornn players around the world end up building. Having the Knight's Vow in the Locket or the Redemption on Ornn is just so good.
It's like a support tank rather than just...
yeah, than just a pure-on tank, because really, what does Ronduin's really change for him at this stage, and why are you just sitting on only the Kindle Gem when you could be providing so much more value to your teammates?
We haven't seen a lot of fights where Sword gets into a backline against the Aphelios to, you know, really get in his face with that Randuin's. Looks like it's actually going to be Warmox that does get built up here by Sword. So speaking of just, you know, singular tank items, he goes for another one here. It is going to make him incredibly tanky. More so than, you know, a Locket would or anything like that. So just going for straight up super tank build.
This is such a massive spike, though, for Griffin. They get the Quicksilver Sash on Viper. They get the Rabadon's Death Cap on UCal. Warmogs as well on Sword, which is a little bit strange, but I do suppose this allows him to go a little bit more forward.
Why did he ult?
Well, because the objective's coming up in 15 seconds, Valdez. Please get with the times.
No, but for real,
Valdez,
like,
please,
what?
15 seconds on the objective. He needs to have his cooldown up.
Now he doesn't have it for the fight.
It's one less button to press. One less button. All right, you just don't get it.
No, I don't.
I thought that you would. I mean,
all right, here we go. Elder's gonna go down. No Ornn ultimate. Ixu. Oh, it goes to the side of Griffin. Tarzan is gonna pick it up, but the rest of them are going down. Tarzan here is gonna stopwatch just a little bit of a show-off move to delay. They're going for the end.
Yeah, this is...
They got it back right now.
Okay, so MF will not be canceled here. And Tarzan maybe looks a little nervous.
I think they got a... Okay, they're trying to poke. That was
really close. Now, I'm not sure what Secret's cooldown is on his stone plate. Ixu dealing a lot of damage. This is actually really big. Oh, from downtown UCal!
With the Elder execute! That's so big! Takes out Ixu, and now they have Elder, and they're going to be down a top laner. 10 seconds until they get their members back. They can go straight to Baron.
Baron, yeah. It's going to be the Baron buff that's going to be picked up by Griffin. And this is such a big victory. They are going to have the Elder buff, and so in every single team fight, they will have Goku with them. Same way that Gohan did in the Cell Saga.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I thought that was the same person.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're the deprived
Goku
one
and Gohan.
out of the two play-by-plays. I get it.
Oh, they're just going in. Bullet time, that is not going to do anything. So they really tried to force that one. You could tell.
That was really forced. That was like trying to get toothpaste back in the
What?
in
In the toothpaste bottle.
yes.
Okay, easy interrupt there as well. This time around, that Nautilus not so tanky, but neither is Iroh. Look at Aphelios in the back, chunking him down. Oh man,
man.
UCal is just putting on a show. Oh, nearly catches Kaney.
Now, they still have Elder buff for a minute.
This game's
And
about
Sword
to get wild.
has Warmog, so you can see his HP.
Yeah,
Is going up. Sword, though, running down to bot lane, even though there's no
they can't. I don't think they can do this.
You
Can't back there.
But that super minion doesn't end the game, so I don't know why they're backing off with Elder. They should have been inviting.
Oh boy,
man.
Viper. Oh, they're all going to be knocked into the wall, but they're
They're
turning
gonna
it
be
around.
careful.
Oh man, Ixu's here though, but Tarzan's surprisingly tanky. Tanking it up for so long, but Viper, desperate bullet time, nearly able to do enough. UCal, incredibly low, it's going to be burst down, but at least he gets Ixu.
I have no idea what Sword was doing.
Sword's getting him, get him, Sword. He has his ultimate, but
What is he?
you can't.
This isn't real.
Uh-oh. Well, he's gonna back away now. They're really trying to grab the minion waves, it looks like, but they might just lead to their own eventual deaths. As the desperation is real, you can see it from Griffin. They still need more time, but I think APK are just going for the end. They're gonna take out Irove. And it looks like we may be going to a game number 3 as they're gonna take down all the turrets. And that will be the end of it. Griffin not able to put the nail in the coffin, and APK will take down game number 2 in this one. What a weird, wonky back and forth that one was.
I
Lost speech here with me.
I'm actually stupefied by the entire series of events. To the Warmog Zorn at 50% HP, regenerating, what, 150, 200 a tick? Or something like that, running back to the super minions that can't end the game anyway, and then deciding to recall in the middle of the lane for zero reason, with the Elder buff still active for a minute on some of the members, and then not getting the Baron. Truly Kiana's abilities really just resonate with me right now. A supreme display of talent and also the audacity.
Yes, the audacity.
I have.
You know, it's a Griffin lineup that is still struggling to get things underway here in the beginning of spring. And keep in mind, I don't think that was only Sword's decision. There were a ton of pings down in the bottom lane that were all like, oh, you got to go back. And that doesn't necessarily make it better, but it does mean that, you know, it makes me think that it's more of a team thing, like a team decision. Their communication hasn't been the best from what I've seen today. And APK took advantage of that. There were a lot of fights that felt forced, a lot of desperate plays, I would say, from the side of Griffin that just did not pan out. And they just did not look comfortable in that later game. APK able to keep their cool on the opposite side. Hybrid having a low-key nice game. Did a lot of damage. He wasn't really the highlight player of the game. I wouldn't call him the Pog either, but stayed alive in a lot of the fights. Had a just, you know, an overall decent performance on the Aphelios. Didn't mind it at all.
And the thing about the Ixu really saved a lot of situations with the Alawi damage and the tentacles that was able to come out, but again, it was Griffin. Just their team fighting is so just off
Yeah.
from each other, where they're losing fights that they shouldn't, and they're winning fights they shouldn't.
Yeah. Stark contrast to last year, but we'll have to see what happens in Game 3 after a quick break.